brings it, that's the title.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey there, it's Crystal here with the AJ team.
Yep, and Alan Johnson with the AJ team. And if you have not purchased the book, 50 Things Your Real Estate Agent Should Tell You But Probably Won't, make sure you buy the book.
I mean, you should buy the book for yourself, but you should also buy the book for the reason why we're going to talk about today, which is how we educate our kids about real estate.
Yep. So we have a really unique situation in our house. We have someone that's living in our house that's buying a house that's not us. Crystal's 25-year-old brother is the newest owner of a townhome.
Yeah.
Right. So we were able over the past, I believe, like year and a half to really like educate him in a way that was really valuable for him to be prepared to purchase a property at the age of 25.
Yeah.
Right. Which is very young. Do you know what the average?
The average age of a first-time home buyer right now is 40 years old.
40 years old. 40. That's well, it's not old because I'm older than that. But it's much older than the age range is much older than what it used to be 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. And why do you think that is?
A lot of it has to do with just, whether or not individuals in their 20s are getting prepared for ownership early enough. And the reason why I say that is because we know there's a vast amount of economic conditions that can lead to individuals having a lot of student loan debt, having a lot more credit card debt, just the cost of living just being higher than what it has been. But there are things that you can do early on to get yourself prepared for home ownership.
Right. So it's a list that we gave him, and we'll go through some of the lists, and you can kind of do some commentary around it. But I'll start with the list. So be willing to make sacrifices now for the opportunity later.
Yeah. So one of the sacrifices that he had to make was to make a determination on whether or not he wanted to go rent an apartment or take the option of coming to stay with us for a year and a half. Clearly, he's a young man coming to a bigger city, and he really wanted to go have a good time, right? Enjoy his adulthood, especially. Yeah, he just got a new job. It was his first like real official job. It was, he was thinking that his life was going to look a lot different. But he made the sacrifice, right? Clearly, it was a no-brainer for us. I mean, if someone's offering me free rent, so I can save money and pay off my loan debt, I'm taking it. But that's me at the age I am now. I'm at this big old age. As a 24-year-old, 23-year-old, as he was, that was a little bit difficult of a decision for him to make. But he made that sacrifice, gave up some of the freedom that he would have with having his own place so that he could spend his money wisely with paying down his debts and saving.
Yeah, so that gets us to the next thing. Work 2 jobs to save and pay off debt. I think it's a lost art of like hustling a little bit harder to get what you want. I remember the conversation I had with him over my kitchen table, right?
Part why he's eating your food.
Yeah, I clean my dishes, right? It's a whole nother conversation. But it was a conversation about, look, man, like I see, like you're here, so I see you have free time. Go get a part-time job. Right. And for him, it was like, dang, like I could do that. Like I got a pretty good job. Like he's got a good situation. But I told him when you have a good situation and you have time, you gotta go get it while you can. So he ended up getting a part-time job, paying off debt. And, it was I remember the conversation he said, when I told my friends that I was getting a part-time job, they were like, why are you doing that? And now he's one of his only friends that own a house. Right. Next is be willing to buy a fixer-upper with higher upside.
Yeah, I think that what happens a lot of times when Alan asks the question of why do I think that, the average age of a first-time home buyer is 40, right? There's a lot of answers to that question. But one of the things I believe is because we have the right now mentality sometimes where we want to leapfrog into that forever home versus having the right mentality of understanding that you need an entry home. Your first home should be your entry point into the market.
Yeah.
And that entry point to the market isn't going to be the most fabulous home on the block. It's going to be something that's going to require you to put some sweat equity into it so that you can use that equity to get into your next home, right? So there's something to be said about being okay with taking the fixer-upper, knowing that it's going to be the best long-term play.
Yeah, I remember my first townhome fixer-upper. Our first single family together. fixer upper, right? And we were able to build better equity doing that,
Yeah.
right? And we learned a very valuable skill of renovating together,
Yeah.
right? What did that look like? We had experience renovating our own investment properties, but renovating for your family is very different,
Yeah.
right? And those people who want to become investors, like the best way for you, one of the best skills you could have is to learn how to renovate your first home.
Yeah.
Or your second home or your third home.
For sure.
Be willing to buy further out for cheaper real estate. I
Yeah.
think that's kind of self-explanatory. Look, man, you're young. The one thing you have is time. For him to be able to buy what he wanted to buy, one county in was going to be wasn't going to be affordable for him.
Yeah.
Right. So he had to make the sacrifice of location. Next, use free money like first time home buyer grants.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's also a no-brainer. Like, there are options out there for first-time home buyers, first responders, community leaders like teachers, firefighters, things of that nature, to get funds to help them with down payments as well as closing cost assistance. The biggest key to being able to get those funds is starting your purchase process early, right? All these funds have limitations, and once the money runs out, it's gone.
Yeah.
So if the funds are available come the first of the year, it's likely not to be available anymore by the time you get to June, right? So you need to be on top of it, right? To start your process as early as possible so you can know what funds are available and you can take full advantage of it. So do not be late to the party. Plan so we can execute on getting you those monies.
Yeah. Stay with family, stack money, be willing to rent rooms to roommates.
Yeah.
That was a comment. We had talked to them early about, look, mitigating some of your mortgage payment by having a roommate.
Yeah.
Right. You were a roommate for us. It worked out for you, right? You're going to get a roommate. It's going to work out for you as well.
And my number, it didn't mitigate our mortgage payment though. No, no, just kidding. But to Alan's point, right? Get a roommate. I have tons of people that are past clients of ours, and they have done this. They have been able to help manage their ability to do additional renovations on their property by having a roommate because it gives them the funds to pour back into their property to continue to build equity.
Yeah, and last but not least, be willing to jump and don't overthink yourself out of a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
That's probably one of the biggest ones.
That is the biggest one. Like, we live in a society where we chat GPT our decisions, right? And the one thing that chat GPT can't tell you is when a good opportunity pops up, especially when it comes to real estate.
Okay.
It's like literally like the opportunity came, he went to see the property, he had 24 to 40 hours to make a decision. Right. And he made a quick decision, obviously got it by us, but like the window of opportunity for real estate opens quickly and closes even quicker.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to be willing to make that opportunity to jump at that opportunity.
Yeah. And especially when you're looking for a deal, right? One thing we hear all the time from our first time home buyer clients is that I want a deal. I'm looking for a deal. Being prepared for a deal means you have to be prepared to make decisions.
Yeah.
So you just got to be ready to go.
Quick. Right. It might be off your lease cycle.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why we tell you to maybe go live with your parents or go live with family so you're not on a lease cycle.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just those small, subtle nuances. If you guys have a college age kid that came back that's got a pretty good job that should be purchasing the property, reach out to us. We can actually even connect him with your brother-in-law. I mean, my brother-in-law, your brother, to kind of talk through the process. Sometimes when they hear from someone else, it's better. And then also remember, it's your responsibility to help them. Like if you have equity in your home, if you have some savings or something that you're planning on passing on to your kids later, why not pass it now?
Yeah.
When it can compound, when it can grow, when it can grow equity. I see so many people that are waiting to pass on a blessing that needs compounding, right? That just can be just a generational blessing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, all right. I think we covered it.
We did.
And he's moving out next week.
It's not next week.
Yeah, it is.
No, like the end of the month.
It's a fixer up.
Yeah, wishful thinking. No, he's doing great. He'll be out in due time.
Right.
But you got keys.
Right. And we have the dream.
And you have the address.
See some.
I think it's messed up. The sun messed us up. We're gonna look dark.
Okay.